Hey, Mike Callahan, some technical difficulties on the first take of this, but question submitted was, how much should I charge for lawn mowing? And I'm going to actually go and answer that. But before anybody can answer what you should charge for lawn mowing, we really need to know three key things, possibly four. And it doesn't matter what your competitors are charging or what your friends on Facebook are charging. The three main things that we need to know is, one, what you want to charge per man hour. That's your goal. So whether it's $50 an hour, $60 an hour, what you want to charge per man hour is the first thing you need to know before we figure out any pricing. Second thing is your break-even cost. Break-even cost is your fully loaded cost, what it costs you to operate per hour before you make a profit. So before we go out and figure out your pricing, we need to know what you want to charge and what your cost is to operate per man hour break even. Third thing is what your production rate is based on your specific equipment. So each type of mower has a different production rate, and based on where you're in the country, it's going to be different. So I will get to the pricing point, but the first thing I want to do is just warn everybody, and I'm not here on a pedestal preaching by any means, because I've made these mistakes in my business in the past 25 years. But if we're going onto a Facebook group and someone's advice is to go out and call all the local competitors and be somewhere in the middle because that's what the market is demanding, you are playing Russian roulette with your family, your business, and if you have any employees, especially with your employees. We cannot run a business based on other people's numbers. So the things we're going to need to know before we dive into your pricing is what you want to charge per man hour, what it costs you per hour to operate per person, your production rates per piece of equipment or on average mow blown edge per 1,000 square feet or per man hour, and a desired profit margin. And now if we're diving into something like mulch, we need to know all that and your material costs as well. So like mulch may be between 1 and maybe 200 square feet is 2 inches of mulch. If that's the desired depth, on average, that would take a normal person manually, not blowing it in, about an hour to install with cleanup. So what I really would recommend is spending some time taking a look at all the square footages of the properties for mowing. If you haven't done this, go out and measure this on Google Pro, or if you're using a product like Service Autopilot, Maps Pro would measure that. So you want to get all your square footages of all your properties chunked between maybe 1 and 5,000, 5,001 to 10,000, 10,001 to maybe 15,000, and then 15,001 to 20,000, and then maybe all the way up in increments, someone like that, up to about 40,000 square feet or an acre. Once we have that, we can create some standardized production and then multiply that out what your desired dollar per man hour is based on your break-even cost and your desired profit. And the production is going to be based on your